I'm Rod Martin. I was one of the early guys at PayPal. We went from 0 to 25 million customers in 2.5 years. You might have heard of us. And then we sold that, and I haven't been there in a long time, but we do a number of other things, including a pharmaceutical venture with Kevin, actually, and another thing that we're doing together called the National Security Investment Consultant Institute, which is designed to train financial advisors, primarily in the United States, in this very idea of LSV investing, liberty, security, values, not directly as a counter to ESG. That wasn't the aim when we started, but it's turning out that way. ESG investing is a pox upon the land. It is a train wreck coming because it is like all socialist and socialist-inspired schemes. It is designed to trick people into giving control to a handful of people to use that power to amass more power. It is not at all, I wish it were, but it is not about advancing the environment or any form of justice. It is about advancing a certain form of, they say governance. They don't mean corporate governance. They mean their own governance of the world. We see this in the way the Belt and Road Initiative has developed in much of the world. Belt and Road has proven to be what a lot of us were afraid it would be, which is a debt trap. It has become a recolonization of a lot of countries in some very practical ways. One way that we can push back against that and find more opportunity for the countries that have fallen into that trap and the countries that have resisted it is to direct more free investment capital in the Western world toward the countries that felt the need to sign up for Belt and Road. And as Kevin said, American investors have been a little bit leery of going to Africa and some other places. There are a lot of incredible opportunities in Africa. I want to stress that there is a governance issue in parts of Africa. I don't have to tell you, but I must say, Africa becomes a much more attractive place for investment for people like me to the degree that private property rights are secure and courts are truly pursuing justice. And I don't say that in any kind of scolding manner, because the truth is we're struggling with that in the United States right now. The United States is having issues with its courts. The United States is having issues with private property rights. The current administration is doing everything it can, and you probably saw a news story last night, a plan to increase the number of Supreme Court justices by 4 for the purpose of allowing Joe Biden to pack the court with people of his own choosing, and God only knows where that ends. These are problems we face globally, and they require solutions where people of goodwill, people of faith, people who are Christian believers actually apply the principles of Scripture and push back against these awful trends. So what we would like to do, Kevin and I in particular, is build a climate in the United States through this concept of LSV investing, whereby a lot of capital is put in play for sensible investments that can actually make a difference in countries like you mentioned, Nigeria, and so many others in Africa that really have a tremendous future and I think are really on the cusp of some amazing things. We see the opportunity for a lot of the lower end industry that has been in China to move into East Africa right now and serve the European market. We see that in some other countries around the world. China's pricing itself out of some of that, but that has been a gateway for China to industrialize and become a modern power, as was true in much of the rest of East Asia. We see trends that are encouraging toward that happening in Africa, and Africa within lots of Africa, at least in the next 2 generations, entering first world status and actually having a tremendous future. We would like to be a part of that. We need some help, again, on the issues identified in Africa, but we need your help.